Greg the best coach to ever do it?
Greg Popovich.
Is he the greatest coach to ever do it, or are you putting
He
Steve Kerr up there?
I can't put Steve Kerr up there, bro, because Steve Kerr kind of
Steve
inherited a
Kerr
great.
led the greatest team ever.
Listen. Steve
Steve
Kerr
Kerr.
inherited a great team. Popovich kind of had to build that shit up low key, bro. Because before Popovich got there, the Spurs was bad.
I'm talking about Golden State Steve Kerr.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking. I'm about to get to him in a second. Steve Kerr inherited a good roster. Like, bro, honestly, even when
That is
you remember
true.
Mark Jackson, right? The head
That
coach.
is true.
I'm not saying that he's not good.
Nah,
I give
actually,
Steve
nah,
Kerr when I look at Steve Kerr, he's like a B plus to a B coach in my opinion. Okay, I'm not. It's not bad. B plus is close to a A minus. Like I'm giving Popovich like A plus. Okay, like
yo,
okay, but let me just give you the reasons why I say what I'm saying. Steve Kerr inherited a great roster, bro. You're talking about he inherited the team right before motherfucking Steph Curry was finna pop off. But you know Steph Curry was already popping shit before he even got there. And then he
but
ended up getting Clay, right? Okay, listen.
true.
I'm trying to drop I'm dropping gems right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Then he win the championship against the Cavaliers, which is very, very sketchy. If you go back and look, Kyrie was hurt. Motherfucking Kevin Love was hurt. Okay, I'm not saying that he didn't win the shit fair and square, but even with them two niggas out, they struggled a little bit. If you go back and you look, they struggled just a little bit just to even win that series. Okay, so they come back the next season and they blow a NBA Finals. That's gonna put a
No,
stain. That's gonna
they
put a
didn't
stain on
blow
your legacy.
they
I
didn't
got,
blow a 3-1
bro.
lead
Listen,
to the Cavaliers. They blew a 3-1 lead to LeBron. Nigga, remember that shit. That's LeBron.
LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, nigga. It don't matter how you
LeBron James
size
and
it up.
Kyrie Irving. That's it.
But if
LeBron and
you're
Kyrie,
bro,
bro.
you're up 3-1, bro. That series, if you want to get an A or an A minus in my book, nigga, you gotta close that series out.
Bro, do you know how many niggas have blown 3-1 leads? Not in the
In the
finals,
NBA
but in
finals, in the
general.
NBA finals like that, I can't remember the last time I seen a choke job that bad in the NBA finals. You will lose some point. Like, listen, bro, if you bring me your homework, if I'm your teacher, right, and you bring me your homework and you got a couple of wrong fucking answers on that shit, I'm taking some points off.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
The bottom! Kyrie Irving! Just like they threw.
I gotta take some points off for that. Okay?
Sure.
And let's just be fair, right? Because I'm in the business of being fair. Okay? Does Steve Kerr win them 2 championships if Kevin Durant don't get on that team? Because
Yes.
don't get me wrong, bro, the Cavaliers was on their ass, nigga, after that year. Because listen,
They
bro,
lost
listen,
half
because
their
T,
team.
listen, bro, because if you the Golden State Warriors, right?
They lost
If
half
you
their
really believe, listen, if you really believe in your heart that you can go back and take them niggas on again, you're not picking Kevin Durant up in that offseason. Them niggas, that 3-1 lead that them niggas blew, had them niggas shook. And I know it
Yeah.
did. It had them niggas shook, bro. And ever since
They
they
did.
won them 2 rings with KD, I'll give them that. Even though they had a great team, they had a super team. I'ma still give him his props. He won the championship fair and square. But after KD got hurt, them niggas took a while to get back to that. They took a while to get back up.
You can't say that, bro. When KD got hurt, half the team got hurt alongside with that
That's
nigga, bro.
facts
You
too.
remember
That's
KD
facts.
went down,
That's
Curry
facts.
went
That's facts.
down.
That's facts. That's
Like,
facts.
it
That's
was a
facts.
lot of niggas, bro.
That's facts.
They literally had Clay and Draymond.
No, I don't even. To be honest with you, bro, I don't even hold that loss against them. But that 3-1 lead that you had in the finals, bro, you gotta close that out. You gotta close that out. Popovich closing that out.
True shit.
Come on
Facts.
now.
He playing easy. Hold the ball till 2 seconds left for you shoot.
Phil Jackson, right? The nigga that coached Michael Jordan and them. He's closing that series out. You gotta close that series out. That's my only reason. That's
Phil
like,
Jackson.
what'd you say?
Go ahead. Nah, go ahead.
I was about to say that's literally the only reason why I give him like a B+ as a head coach. And on top of that, just off of the way this shit looks without Steph Curry on the court, I don't know, bro. Because Popovich, even when sometimes Duncan would miss games, sometimes Manu would miss games, but you couldn't really tell, bro. San Antonio Spurs was locked
really
in,
fucking
nigga.
well. He really did build that team really fucking well, though.
Yes.
That was a fucking crazy team.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro, but what grade would you give Steve Kerr as a head coach? What would you say? What would you rank him?
I was gonna give him like an A minus, like in between that. I don't think Steve Kerr was a bad. Because look, my reasoning for saying this, Curry is a great player, but Curry wouldn't have blown up if it wasn't for the plays in the way that Steve Kerr played around him.
And I can agree with you.
Like,
I can agree with
like
that.
look at how big of a player he made Draymond.
That's
Because
true.
of setting screens. Like, yo, Draymond wasn't really scoring like that. He made Draymond into a point guard for a whole season, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm giving him his props. And don't get me wrong, bro. Draymond could have been a fucking dog. Niggas don't remember. Yo, go on YouTube and look up Summer League Draymond, bro. Summer League Draymond was looking like prime LeBron.
I've seen it.
12 Summer League
Coming over.
highlights.
I think more than ever, the defensive player for the Warriors, he'll help, I think, improve this defense just with his presence. Huge games. You see him line up the three there, knocking.
Ball was meant for him. Draymond Green back in and spin away. The fadeaway is good.
Where he is in the depth chart for the Golden State Warriors. It's Steph Curry and David Lee. And
Bazemore downloaded Draymond Green. Patient, moving, grooving, and scoring with the left hand.
Oh, man, nice block. Gets ready for his third year as a Laker and his 4-year contract. Coming over.
I think more than
It's nice to Steph about Seth knowing, the Tobacco Road. North Carroll gives it back to Bazemore. Draymond Green with the block at 4 over the alley. So, everybody knows you guys score, but just talk a little bit and tell us about the focus.
Thomas had that one swatted. Bazemore, Green, Jenkins looking for an opening. Green will shoot and hits.
Green.
Crazy work. He was giving the niggas work
That nigga was hooping like prime LeBron.
every time. But you know what?
And it's like,
But go ahead, T. You good?
like, he could have been. So if you looking at this nigga literally made Draymond a top 5 Warriors of all time for simply setting screens.
Yeah, I can give
You
you that.
understand how big, like, he played, and then he was playing that nigga after fucking 5, and it was working the way
working.
he played him after 5. It's like his schemes was very fucking good, bro.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give him that.
Like, without, I'm sorry. You remember, you said Curry was already popping. Curry had a blow-up year because he had a good coach to play around him. He wouldn't have blown up. Like, Curry would have still been good. Curry would have still been dropping like a cool 25, 26, 27 every night. Curry wouldn't have been dropping 35, 40, 60s without those kind of plays, bro. Like,
I can agree with you.
Niggas literally said Curry was a fucking runner. What was that? Who was that nigga that had to guard Curry during the NBA Finals?
Deli almost died guarding Steph Curry. No, literally almost died. We have footage of this man in the ice tub, like literally to his neck, trying to guard this man.
Randomly on my Twitter feed the other day, a Dellavedova montage video popped up from the 15 finals. Fuck, he tried.
He tried.
No, he battled his ass off.
What?
Like, competed.
From watching that, Dellavedova is by far one of my greatest people I like of all time. He literally gave everything he had, and there was no excuse. There wasn't like, oh, he just had it going. It was like, oh, I'm trying, or no. It wasn't none of that. He could barely talk after. That's how hard he was trying.
You know who I'm talking
Matthew
about.
Dellavedova.
That you heard what he said about that. He said, "Bro, I hate guarding Curry. I run. I just run." That's why I'm like, yo,
Steve Kerr.
like,
Steve Kerr was he did.
like the schemes that nigga played around Curry, bro, like to build a superstar. Steve Kerr did an amazing job. He probably did one of the best jobs as a coach.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why even though Mark Jackson, his last year in Golden State, he had a good season with them, but I think the reason why they moved on from him was because they needed a head coach that can get more out of the roster. Like you said, guys like Draymond, elevating Curry's game, because I ain't going to lie to you. I will give Steve Kerr props on this. Steph Curry didn't become an MVP until he got there. So the scheme definitely had something to do with it. Klay Thompson's game elevated as well. So I'll give you that. Steve Kerr definitely did, elevate them niggas.
Steve Kerr brought the best out those players. Like, it was already, like, you have talented ass players. I'm not going to lie. You have talented players on every NBA team.
True.
It takes their coaches to bring it up. Look at the Bucks. Look at the Bucks fucking series. Even though they lost, who expected Gary Trent to drop 30-point games? How many times in a row? Nobody.
Nobody expected
but
that.
It's the way they played around him. Niggas was so focused on Giannis. Gary Trent Jr. was literally just spraying threes. Literally. Nigga, I don't remember how many 30-point games the nigga had.
That nigga had a lot. Though. He had a lot of 30-point
last
games,
game,
bro.
he sold, though. That nigga. Bro, he was literally the only reason they lost. Like, I watched that shit like this.
Bro, nah, he definitely sold that shit. Because they really could have won that game.
Bro, if only he did not fumble the fucking ball out of bounds, they would have won.
They would have won that game. They would
have fucking won. Because they had to foul him. And if he would have hit the free throws, that was a 4-point game. Nah, fucked around, let this nigga Halliburton fry.
Man,
like,
yo, these playoffs have been like one of the craziest playoffs I've ever been like a part of. Because it's like you never know what's gonna happen on any given night. A motherfucker could fuck around and blow your ass out by 40, and then the next game they could fuck around and lose by 40. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. But nah, let's.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.